morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you doing today? Very good?
Good.
All right. Yeah, that rain this morning was pretty beautiful, wasn't it? Just a really nice kind of way to enter into mountain life. Believe it or not, I did not think that I was going to make it to 27. My best friend used to always laugh at me. She'd be like, "But you be quiet. You're fine." And I don't know if it was all the Janis Joplin my mom listened to, maybe when I was in the womb or, once I was out of it. But there was something about 27. Just felt like that seemed really old, for one, when I was, growing up. And I think life just felt like it was already at such a pace, and I had done so much, and I'd gone so many places, and I lived hard and I lived fast. And maybe I was okay with just calling it at 27. Well, luckily I'm not, I've passed 27. And so the thing for me that life has done for me is that it has surprised me, and it has given me something to chase. So let me unpack that for you a bit. It has surprised me. I am clearly older than 27, so I've made it here to be with you. And I remember listening to Oprah talk once, and she had shared a story that said something along the lines of her grandmother was hanging clothes on a clothesline. And her grandmother said to her, "You better pay attention. This is what you're going to need to do." And Oprah had a knowing, and she said, no, I won't. I will not recreate this life. And like Oprah, I can tell you that I did also have that knowing. I knew that I would do something different than my family. I knew that I wouldn't choose, or not necessarily choose, but I just wouldn't have the same kind of struggles. I had observed my family, and I had seen the dedication and the hard work. And I believe I wanted to put that dedication and that hard work into another path, not just survival. I really wanted to thrive. And so because of that, I then moved into this season of my life where I started to chase my life, or chase this version of myself that I wanted more of. There is a quote that said, "Go confidently in the directions of your dreams and live the life you've always imagined." So that was what I did. In my 20s, I learned and went to all the schools that I could. I went and I graduated, I had already graduated high school. I went and got my bachelor's, and then I went and got my master's, and then I went and got my personal training institute certification, and then I wanted to become a life coach. I was hungry. I saw education as a way to help me get to the place that I had thought that I always wanted to be. Education was wonderful for me. I loved it. I loved the public schools. I loved the people, the positivity, the dreaming. They allowed me a safe space where I could settle and I could actually allow myself to dream. I didn't have to survive. I was able to make goals, and then I could see those goals come to fruition. So for me, I loved the opportunities that school gave me. So I learned as much as I could, and I traveled as far as I could. Then, in my 30s, I met my partner. Well, I married my partner. I met him in my 20s. But in my 30s, our focus was on partnership and pacifiers. We had 3 babies, and that are now getting older and older as we go. And then I also was able and introduced to PUSD. I have grown with this school district so well in Prescott. It has become such a beautiful blessing and such a win-win. They have provided, once again, a home, a structure, a space where I could really come into myself, but also bless them and be a voice for them in a positive direction of why school is so valuable and why we need to take the time with our students to see the whole child. So now as I enter my 40s, I get to be living in the mountains and making a difference as a mom and a mentor. So that is where I am. 41 and life has just begun. Last year when I spoke, I always like to speak around my birthday. I spoke of this idea that I really had envisioned this lake life, and that's what I thought my next level of success would be. And that is not where God has placed us. Last year at that time, I had no idea what God had in store for us. We now, in 2 weeks, get to close on our new home that we will be living in the mountains in Prescott, and we will be overlooking Grant Mountain, and we will be in the middle of a national forest. And again, this is complete surprise to me. So I go back to that version of my life. I go back to being surprised. It served me well to have a vision and to always have an idea of what I wanted and I have planned. But now I am realizing that in order to really enjoy life, I need to let go of what I have planned so that I can embrace and enjoy what God has waiting for us. Because He has me in the palm of His hand. He knows me best, and He knows what we really need. And so as this new chapter unfolds and the unknown becomes the known, I'm really excited to see what opportunities will present themselves to us and how we will continue to thrive in Prescott, Arizona, and on the mountaintops, and how we will continue to embrace the unknown. So I ask you, what might you let go of so that you can enjoy what God really has waiting for you? Thank you.